Hello my friends and welcome to another top 5. Today we will talk about 5 disgusting facts about cockroaches. Let's dive right in. I hope you guys enjoy. Number 5. Cockroaches' brains could be used to make life-saving drugs. Here's a disgusting fact that medicine could change forever. Scientists are working on drugs that could cure E. coli and MRSA, two deadly antibiotic-resistant bacteria that use chemical extracted from cockroaches' brains. Researchers discovered that tissue from the brain of cockroaches killed these bacteria when they began investigating how locusts flourished in disgusting environments in the Middle East. The researchers discovered that the nerves of the locust and the brains of cockroaches and locusts contain chemicals that kill those dangerous bacteria. The researchers have yet confirmed the exact chemicals that do the job. They are still trying to figure out the answer and hope to use to develop antibacterial agents in the future. Number 4. The ecosystem would be severely disrupted if cockroaches became extinct. Cockroaches may be hated, but they are crucial for a balanced ecosystem. Our ecosystem would be severely disrupted if they ever became extinct. Firstly, the extinction of cockroaches would have a direct effect on the populations of the many species of birds, rats and mice that consider cockroaches as a source of food. These other animals would not die out completely because they usually feed on other organisms and sometimes also on plants. The reduced population of these animals would in return reduce the number of cats, wolves, coyotes, eagles, reptiles and various other creatures that consider birds, rats and mice as food. And so it continues. Most affected would be species of wasp that rely on cockroaches to maintain their life cycles. These wasps would become extinct because cockroaches did. The forest would also suffer if cockroaches became extinct because these pests feed on decaying matter, which often contains a lot of nitrogen. Cockroaches eat this nitrogen with the decaying matter and then excrete it. Their nitrogen-rich poop is later absorbed by the soil, which uses it to support plant growth. A lack of cockroaches deprives the dirt of nitrogen. This means that the soil will not be able to support the growth of sufficient plants, which will affect the populations of creatures that feed on these plants and the predators of these creatures. This continues right to the top of the food chain, so humans we just have to tolerate cockroaches. Number 3. Cockroaches can make group decisions. Cockroaches are smarter than we think. They can even make decisions in groups, just like many other insects and animals. A few years ago, Dr. José Halloy of the Free University of Brussels in Belgium carried out a study to observe how cockroaches think. Professor Halloy noticed that the cockroaches came together for the first time and touched each other with their antennas. After some time, they divided themselves equally in the houses. Thus 25 cockroaches divided into two groups of 25 each when they got 3 houses with a capacity of 40 cockroaches each. One group lived in the first house and the other group lived in the second. The third house was abandoned. All 50 cockroaches also chose to live in one house when they got 3 houses that could house more than 50 cockroaches each. Number 2. Cockroaches used to love sugar, but now they hate it. Cockroaches love sugar. They give a thumbs up when you leave sweets, cakes, fruit and juice with a high sugar content uncovered around your house. Leave raw sugar lying around and they will love you forever. Pest control company discovered this in the 1980s. They noted that sprinkling sugar on a location would leave cockroaches lying around in no time. The company used it to their advantage and started to lure cockroaches with glucose treated with insecticide. Other cockroaches often ate the remains of the dead, which is not surprising since these creatures will eat almost everything. The scavenging cockroaches also died because the bodies of the dead cockroaches still contained the poison. This continued for some time until cockroaches heard that sugar killed them. Cockroaches later began to resist this sugar. Their senses quickly adapted to detect sweet sugar as bitter. Many pest companies also discovered this and replaced the glucose with fructose, another sugar. The cockroaches quickly realized this and started to avoid fructose as well. Scientists traced this surprising move to millions of years ago, when cockroaches first developed the ability to detect sweet but toxic parts of certain plants they ate as bitter. That ability was genetically suppressed when they began to live around humans and only returned when humans began poisoning their food. Number 1. Cockroaches can live for weeks without their heads. Cockroaches are tough survivors and it's ridiculously hard to get rid of them. Cutting off the head of a cockroach doesn't even count as a death sentence, because the vermin can survive for weeks without it. The cockroach only dies later because it has no mouth to eat or to drink with. Cockroaches can live without their heads because they don't use their heads the same way we do. We humans die soon after decapitation because our body loses a lot of blood and blood pressure. Cockroaches don't have a lot of blood or blood pressure to begin with, so their necks just clot and they keep walking around like nothing happened. Even if humans could find a way around the enormous loss of blood and blood pressure, we'd still be dead because the nerves in our body have to be connected to our brains in order to survive. The bodies of cockroaches work independently of their small brains. They also breathe through small holes in their bodies. Because of all these properties, cockroaches can live for weeks without their heads. They only give in to hunger and thirst because they have not found a way to eat and drink with their skin. Interestingly, the head of cockroach stays alive for hours after decapitation, as shown by the moving feelers. In fact, the head can stay alive longer if it is chilled and get enough nutrients. So this will be it for this top 5 video. If you have any remarks or want me to do things in a different way, please let me know in the reaction section below. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Have a good one, my friends.